Hey guys, this is the inspection of my 2 horsepower. I'm about to start modding it, but yeah, I've just taken the head off, and as you can see, it's full of carbon, really bad. So I just bought a Dremel at caked on. I just bought a Dremel at Bunnings for 20 bucks. And it's just this little like cordless one. So that should do the job. So I'm just gonna get in the valve there. So yeah, just did it a little bit on that. I just gotta work on it more. It's not very powerful, so I gotta go slowly. Then I got wire brush ones, so I can wire brush all the valves, take the valves out, clean all that, and then pour them in there, and then I'll shave the eyebrows here. So yeah, I'll be back with more after I've done all that. So see you later. Well, the little Dremel isn't as powerful as I hoped. I've done the intake valve, as you can see. Before it was all black and now it's pretty shiny. I just gotta grind it a tiny little bit more and then polish it out. And I gotta do this a bit more. It's a bit dirty. The exhaust valve I haven't really started on yet. I got all the big chunks out of carbon out of it, but then it started to go flat, which is a bit crappy. And then I gotta grind out all this here, which will take a long time. Probably have to do it in 2 stages. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had to sneeze. So now I'm going to lap the valves, and I've got a good tip from a video I watched quite a while ago on lapping the valves. Where's my pen? So what you do is you get a permanent pen and you put it, like, draw all the valve, make it black. Actually, before I do this, I'm going to wire brush it all. Okay, I've wire brushed all that. That took like 30 seconds. So now I just put the valves in the vise and wire brush those. So yeah, just bear with me. Okay, so I wire brush that, and I wire brush the valves just quickly so they're a bit cleaner. I would just do this with the Dremel later on to get the big bits off, because there's big bits of caked on carbon there. So what I've done is just put some black permanent pen around there. You probably can't see it, but what that's going to do, when you put your valve in there and lap it, it's going to tell you that spring's in the way. Oh no, it's not on TDC, I think. No. Anyway, I'll figure that out. So anyway, what you do, when you're lapping it, you can pull it up and then see what parts are not lapped. So if the permanent pen's still a little bit there but not all the way there, you keep on lapping it until all the permanent pen's off, so it's all shiny. And yeah, that gives you an indication on when you have to stop lapping. Now I got this Power Plus lapping compound. I just got it at local auto parts store. So this has got like a thick one and then a finish one, so it's a nice thin one. If you don't have that sort of thing, you can just add water to your lapping compound. I think you add water and that will thin it out a bit. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and lap the valves, and then once that thing is charged again, I'll just pour it out a bit more and grind out all this, and I'll wire brush the piston there, and also wire brush the head because the head's pretty dirty. So yeah, that's about it. Alrighty, I'll be back later. Okay, I lapped the valves on this side, so now I'll show you the difference between a lapped valve and an unlapped valve. Okay, first of all, this is the seat. I'll take out the other valve, which is not lapped, if I can. Okay, so this is the difference. Hopefully you can see it. That one's nice, shiny, whereas that one is not. That is an unlapped valve. You can see it's all dull, and that's a lap valve. You can see it's got a really shiny ring around it. Everything is black, but you can see that one thin shiny ring, and that one is really dull. So that's a comparison. Alrighty, I wire brushed it a bit more, and I lapped both valves. I wire brushed this and wiped it off with a rag. Just got dirty again. So I'll show you the result of 2 lap valves. Didn't clean them. I just hit my own phone. Okay, so you can see the line on them. They didn't have that before, so that lapped really well. So I've still got a bit of grinding compound on the seat, and the seats are nice and shiny. So I cleaned all that head up, that part, and I cleaned the head a little bit with a wire brush just quickly. But what I gotta do is get the Dremel with the wire brush and get all this part. So I can't really get it with the big wire brush, and then I'll polish it and make it look all nice. And then I'll polish and do all the seats, and then I'll grind a little bit out here. Alrighty guys, I've completed it. Now I just got to put the head back on. So I've lapped the valves, I've cleaned it all up, I've shaved the eyebrows. I've only sort of partially shaved the eyebrows. I didn't want to shave it too much because I didn't want it to like not work or whatever. I ported that out and polished it. And I poured and polished the exhaust. I might get it on the exhaust stroke so you can see a bit better. So that one's all polished, that's the intake. The exhaust I'm just trying to get a bit of light into. Actually, I'll get my torch. Shine a torch in there. Sort of hard to do. Anyway, you can sort of see that it's nice and shiny in there. It's a bit dark in that exhaust port, but it is a lot shinier than it was. And this is all clean, and the valves are back in. It only took me about probably 2 minutes to put them both in. So yeah, now I'll just put the gasket back on, turn my torch off. I've got this new torch, pretty cool, got it from Bunnings. So I'll just put the gasket on, and whack the head on. I also polished the head. I think I did that in the last video, but yeah, that was at night time, so it's all polished and nice now. Okay, it's all back together and it's working. I just tested it out and it seems to go alright. It doesn't really seem as like any different really, but I'm hoping I'll see results at top end. It idles better, and yeah, I'll just give you a quick run. It seems a little bit more responsive, and it revs it slightly higher, but I think just the acceleration will improve with all these mods. So yeah.